All right, where are we? We're at the Hillsboro court again. Oh yeah. You got all the rules and everything anyways? What's going on here? We coming back tomorrow then? Let's try to get as many other people as possible too, because this is fucking bullshit. What are you gonna do about it, bro? When we come back with a bunch of people? I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like this court order, the Supreme Court order is signed by the clerk.
Dude, I'm so jealous of your beard.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You know the story behind this beard?
No.
Yeah, I was held in solitary for 2.5 years for refusing to shave my beard.
What?
On religious grounds here in New Hampshire. And I sued pro se in federal court and I won.
Good for you.
They literally just closed the door like 2 minutes ago.
It's all right. I know, bro.
know,
I did what I could.
I know.
But we can totally come back tomorrow. And, you know, I don't know how they think the clerk of, well, yeah, now who's trespassing us though? You guys are trespassing us or they're trespassing us?
The crime would be trespassing.
The clerk is asking who's the complainant. That's what I'm saying.
Bailiff.
The bailiff is trespassing us from a public building. And so once we're trespassed, like we said before, how are we supposed to come back to court when we're trespassed from the building? Oh, they'll make an exception for that.
No, I just explained to Mr. Manchin. So I think there was some confusion. If you get arrested for trespassing from a particular place, here, there, anywhere, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are banned from there ever again, unless you are given notice that you are not to go back there again.
And what's the reason for being trespassed? That's my question.
So it's based off of that Supreme
Court order
of not being
and you see how it says it says you shall be allowed to. The Rule 19 says shall be allowed to film all Supreme Court stuff. It's not a permission slip. It's a note. It's a notice. They want you to give notice that you're going to be filming. They cannot deny it if you ask.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but
and he's already signed. Like he's official signed up. I never ask.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen. I'll show up to do pro se trial and I'll be filming that too. Nobody's going to stop me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. From what I understand, and maybe my understanding is incorrect, is that is for inside the courtroom.
So then why are we not allowed to film in the lobby? So why is he trying to? Why is it right? Well, that's the clerk. How is a clerk putting out orders? The clerk wrote the order and signed and attested to the order. There's no judge on there. Sure. Then what judge wrote the order then?
Well, it says the Supreme Court.
It says the Supreme Court can't. They can do general Rule 54. So if you read,
the members of the Supreme Court are.
They can make rules for the Supreme Court, not for the general public. They can't create and abrogate laws.
That order also applied to the superior courts and the circuit courts.
Right, and it still gives permission. It's based on Rule 19. Rule 19 says we shall be allowed to photograph, record, broadcast, everything. Right? Correct?
I don't know.
You didn't read Rule 19?
No,
you should read Rule 19.
I will.
I have it in my car if you want to check it out.
No, I'm going home.
You sure?
I'm going home.
Yeah, so I would go read Rule 19 because you're on notice what that says now. It says we shall be allowed to film and record all Supreme Court things. And if they're extending that to then we shall be allowed to record all district and superior court things.
Okay.
And you might want to review my channel, Absolute Defiance. I'm not monetized, but you'll see all my filming. You go to the Filming in Court playlist, and you'll see all the times I don't even fill out the permission. I don't ask permission to exercise my rights. Right, we shouldn't have to, but we shouldn't be criminalized and trespassed from a public building as well for doing it. That's going to be a bad case. Absolute defiance. That's 9th and 10th Amendment nullification of unconstitutional laws is non-compliance. Absolute defiance. You've got to be willing to take the arrest and challenge these things. And I'm totally down.
Oh, I understand what you guys are doing.
Well, that's what I do. I'm not an auditor. I'm a nullification expert. Since I started this, that's what I have been doing, and that's what I do. Like I said, I have the beard thing as well.
You did that pro se?
Yes.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Thanks. I had the warden on the stand. 2-day. It was a 2-day injunction.
Especially over a religious freedom. It's absurd that that even happened.
In how many people? There's so many people. I had the inmates and the guards all saying, just shave and go home, just shave and go home. You're never going to win. It's been tried before. This guy did it with the keep blocks. He was Jewish. This guy, that, all these other guys. Yep. And
is that in our state?
Yep. New Hampshire State Prison, SHU.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that
Frank
was an
Staples versus Richard Jerry.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what,
So now the policy is everybody can have a full beard, but it has to be untrimmed like mine was, because that's what I said. They were like, but how long do you want to be able to grow it for your religion? And I said, however long it goes.
Yeah.
There's no limit to the length.
Right.
Because they've always had limits. They've had like a 1/4 inch, and then they extended it to a 1/2 inch.
and most religions don't specify.
They don't have, actually, Muslims say you're supposed to have a fist.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to keep at least a fist.
At least.
You grab it and then cut off the bottom from your fist.
Okay.
That's a Muslim, but that's not, I'm not Muslim.
Okay.
I'm Taoist.
Okay. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. I mean, that was, honestly, that was the
I
great.
got a lot of respect for that.
I had to do a whole memorandum of law and everything.
Now, did you do that? Were you able to do that while you were still incarcerated?
I was in solitary.
Wow.
I fought, that's what took me 2.5 years to get out.
Wow.
You know, there was it took me
Wait,
a little.
so were they extending your time there because of your refusal? Oh,
No,
okay.
wait, they denied my parole though. They denied
Based
my
on that?
and my release into lower classification. So what happened was they put me into C4 custody, which is CCU, and I told them, because the sergeant came to my door the night before. He said, "I can't wait to see what that face looks like without that beard on it." I said, "You're not going to." He says, "Yeah, you have to shave in CCU." I said, "It doesn't matter. It's religious. You guys already know that. I told you. And I'm in maximum security." So now they're trying to say it's a security issue in lower security. Okay, so that didn't fly, and they allowed unlimited head hair length. And there's no difference between head hair, and it's actually more, you know, this is just like kind of like a black person's hair, nappy and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I could kind of hide something. I did that. I stuck a pen in my beard.
In your
Right.
regular hair too.
Sure, sure, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now they allow a full untrimmed. You're not supposed to sculpt it. They don't want you to sculpt it and manicure it, because they don't want people to have individuality. The whole point of the uniform, dress code, and all that, and shaving, is to take people's identity away. So.
Interesting. I had no idea that they did that in the prison, so that they mandated not being able to, or mandating people shaving.
The difference was.
How long ago was that?
That was when was that? I got out in 2015. So, and they ordered they granted my parole,
Is that
and
the
they
same
ordered.
year that you won this court case as well?
Yeah, it would have been 2015, and they ordered them to release me into population with my beard and onto parole. And what they did is they fast-tracked my parole, and they were like, "We're appealing the releasing him into population because we still think it's a security issue, blah, blah, blah." And then it basically mooted, and that bought them the time to parole me. And I won, so they ordered my parole. My parole plan gets approved, and then this cop comes and they gave me bags, said I had to move to another tier for no reason with cameras in the cell. I said, "No, I'm not doing it." I refused to cuff up. They came back with a crowd control ballistic can and sprayed me for 10 seconds. I'm about to upload that to my YouTube. I have the video. Yeah. And he sprays me for 10 seconds. I was naked. You can't see me naked, but hits me. You could see papers on my wall moving.
Is that the pepper spray?
It's the
like a
crowd
powder?
control, ballistic. So it felt like I was getting hit by paint, like a spray paint can, because it's supposed to be for crowd control to hit a bunch of people. So it hits particulates and sprays it out. But he was all over my side, and then you can see the papers on my wall moving, and then he shuts it. And they left me there, and they came back, and they're like, they thought they were going to gas me out, and I was in there. It's snot coming out of my beard. They're like, "Are you gonna cuff up?" I said, "Fuck you." And then they got the nurse and they go, "Do you want medical attention? Come cuff up for medical attention." I said, "You think I'm gonna cuff up now?" I said, "No, I'm good." And she talked me through the door. And then eventually the same guy came back hours later and he was like, "I'm here to negotiate. You don't have to move to I tier, but we got to get you out of this cell." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's all contaminated now, motherfucker." Like, I can't live in here. So I actually filed a motion with the paper that I had. I'm like, I said, "The court, this could have chemical on it. You might sneeze or feel some burning from this, but I need a temporary restraining order. They need to be following me with a camera everywhere I go. Anytime they do a cell search or have any interaction with me and try to take me out, there needs to be a camera on me at all times." And so the major from security agreed to do it. Yeah. And so then the judge mooted my motion. That's how they do it. Like, if you have a good motion, they'll do it, and then the judge will be like, "Yeah, done. Motion denied. They're doing it anyways." It's crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, he could just back out. So he, you know, if he wanted to, and he's like, "You're not going to do that, are you?" Basically and he's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So now the guys that are in there now are, because of what you did, are they allowed to have beards now?
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just can't be. They don't want them sculpting it, just trimming it or whatever.
Okay. So they can trim it, just not sculpt it.
They can, yeah. I think they could trim the length. But no, I think it has to just be like. They could probably like cut it, you know, trim the like dead ends or whatever. It has to. You have to be able to keep it healthy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, cause that's like forcing someone to practice a religion at that point. It's like, what's the point?
How did you
get into prison?
No, it wasn't my question.
A lot of people ask that. Drugs, drug possession.
No, just a possession.
Yeah, really, drug possession. Yep.
You doing well now?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good for you. It's a lot of.
I have a transitional living program that I created. 6-month transitional living program. I work for Manchester Mental Health. I was volunteering at Hope for New Hampshire.
Oh, that's awesome.
I started. They gave me hours at Amber's Place Crisis Respite. I don't know if you remember that, with the safe station where we bring people to the fire station or pick people up from the fire station.
Okay.
I was part of that whole thing.
Oh, good for you.
And that's what got me into Manchester Mental Health. And then I was working on the mobile crisis response team as well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if they're telling you to do something.
And then I opened my own business, Humble House.
What is it?
Humble House.
Humble House?
Yeah. I'm relocating. The house is like contaminated with lead paint. So I'm trying to find another place to rent. It's not mine. I don't own it. I was renting it.
So what does your business do?
It's a transitional, peer-based, peer support-based. Yeah, non-clinical. And the DHHS attacked my business and decided to say I needed to be licensed. I was running an unlicensed facility, and I took them. That's on my YouTube channel too. How to be a boss in 7 minutes. And I shut them down, and they didn't bring any witnesses or anything. And it was like a quasi-judicial thing for DHHS, and I appealed the going to a board. I'm like, there's no reason for it, and so the intermediate judge ordered them to produce show cause. They're like, you need to show cause, like basically, and everything I asked for, he's like, yeah, you need to show like what you think he's doing that violates this, and they didn't say. They're like, we don't know what else we should have done. I should be able to sue,
leave him alone.
Yeah, leave me alone. And they even said in their emails that we had, he might just be running a peer-based, non-clinical thing, which is literally what it says it. It's on Google listing. It's on my, LinkedIn. I had a really good Facebook page with all like 5-star reviews, and they deleted my personal account, which deleted my Instagram and my business page because of COVID protesting and stuff like that. Yeah.
That had to do with you.
Facebook standards. I violated community standards, so they destroyed my business page. It was very, very kind of not good, But yeah, I volunteer for Smart Recovery. I haven't been doing it because since the COVID, they were trying to require masks and stuff. And I'm thinking I might go back to Hope to do some more Smart Recovery. It's an alternative to the 12 steps, science-based thing. I want to do that in the prison, actually.
Well, that's really where it needs to start.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's better they already have a clear amount, you know what I mean?
Get out.
Right. Before it's a crisis. And then they'll have some critical thinking skills where they know what they'll need to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because, most people will get out and they're like, holy crap.
What do I do? I didn't know how to feed myself,
and they
dude.
just go back to what they were doing before.
Yeah, you know.
That's all they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have anybody to help them plan and think differently.
Right. Yeah. Challenge irrational thoughts and replace them with rational thoughts and understand how that all works. So that's what we do with Smart Recovery. We got 14 tools that we teach people: cost benefit analysis, hierarchy of values. You got to have values, because when you don't hold yourself accountable to your values, then that's where things start to fall apart.
Absolutely.
You know.
100% right, man.
Yeah.
Right on.
So that's what I do, and then this is just kind of like a hobby.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I already won.
Hey, well, thank you for doing what you do.
No
because
problem.
that, you know, in a roundabout way, that helps us out.
Right.
You know, that helps the communities, that helps society.
Yeah, because you guys didn't even know about this until the last time we were here. The other guy was like, he was like, "What is this court order?" Like,
yeah, this was like, until this came up a couple of weeks ago, like we had no idea what this was about or why.
And the part of the problem is, people have been wanting to do it with like their DCYF hearing, all their different people have been wanting to do this, but they just assume they think, oh, can I do this? No. Okay. And then they don't know how to research it and challenge these things. You know what I mean? So like I've been reading the law for a long time.
Sorry to change subjects, but I noticed like as you move your camera,
the gimbal. Yeah. It might be tracking your face.
That's cool.
But I don't.
What is that?
This is a DJI Osmo.
DJI Osmo.
Pocket 2.
So does it try to stay focused on a certain
You can
object?
change the speed of the gimbal too. So like the faster you move, the faster it moves. Or you can have it kind of slower and so that it pans, depending on what your
DJI Osmo Pocket.
Pocket 2, yeah, the second one. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I won that.
The creator package comes with all like the accessories and like a little mic clip thing.
How is it with stability? Like if you're walking or running, does it automatically stabilize the picture, or like if you're running, does it look like that?
Yep.
It automatically stabilizes itself.
Yeah, I could jump up and down like this. I mean, it has a limit, like if you were like fall on your face, right?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it holds it pretty good, because I was actually running to catch something a little while ago, and I seen it and I was like, oh, you can't even tell. You can hear that I'm running, but it's just like
looks smooth.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
It's 4K. You can change the quality of the video and everything. Yeah. In the stock mic, I got this big external thing, and like the stock mic is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It catches like birds chirping and
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience with like any of the GoPros?
No, my buddy had one. They have this. It's called the Action. Action 2 is their newest one, I think. There might even be an Action 3, but it's like a GoPro, but it's got like a bigger. I think it's probably better than a GoPro. And this thing is dropped and got hit. People knocked it down when it's on a stand, and it's
I just
still
like how small it is. That's really, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I gotta check out some reviews on that.
Yeah, I told them either call or don't call. I can't force their hand.
Okay.
They're not going to listen.
So yeah,
I'm out of here.
thank you so much.
Hey, good meeting you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Keep doing what you're doing.
We will. I'll probably be back tomorrow.
I meant more so with the other stuff.
Oh
that
yeah,
you're doing,
yeah,
but
sure.
I appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right, man.
Yep. All right. Thank you. Take it easy.
He wants to see your badge.
Oh yeah. Shiny badges don't grant extra rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feds loved it. They were like, "Oh my God!"
What's it say in the middle there?
Cop block.
Oh, okay.
It says .net, but it's .org now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. I think we're.
Yeah,
You guys good to go?
We're gonna get more people. We'll take the arrest.
Thank you.
That's it. How we going? You too, man.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to get as many.
Yeah, we'll make some
We'll
make some.
How about? I know what to
She
do.
was in my Hillsboro video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, sorry guys. Obviously it's just.
I know exactly what we need to do.
It's a broken record. It's talking to the wall. I get it. I understand. I try to
Educate. If you're not trying to educate, especially law enforcement, then you're really failing. If you're just trying to antagonize for no reason and you're not trying to get, like, what's your point? That's my thing, right? Like.
So, guys, I apologize. I tried getting Absolute over here at the nick of time. Obviously, they closed.
I was flying up here,
yeah,
bro.
he was flying, man.
I got stuck
I
behind
was hoping
people.
that, you know, he got here prior to them closing, but apparently not. And you know, that's just the thing. I mean, we'll definitely challenge this another time. I apologize. I could not tell you if he was going to be here on time or not. He said that he was about 40 minutes away.
It is what it is.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, we're gonna make some phone calls. We're gonna send out some information to people to see if they want to challenge this with us. It'll be more than just me and him. Hopefully, very soon. This is not going to go away. We are going to challenge this at some point very soon. I was hoping that it was today. I apologize in advance.
Doesn't matter.
I did warn you guys it may or may not happen, but I can't really control that situation. I did call him a little bit too late.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I tried.
Yep. So
I couldn't even, like, you know, I was stuck behind people.
Yeah, I know.
Going the speed limit.
Figured. Yep. So, but guys, just in case you didn't know, if you look at it, the New Hampshire Circuit Court for Hillsboro is right next to a Subway and a liquor store. So you can go to the liquor store, get a sub, get a DUI, and go to court. I mean, hilarious, right? I mean, it's almost like it's meant to be. I thought that was funny when I came here, but the court is tiny, guys. I do have a lot more videos coming up. I am going to be putting up my arrest video. I did get discovery. I didn't get a couple. I did put in a couple motions for that discovery. They're failing to give me policies and procedures, so I put in a motion for discovery under that, along with a few other things. So again, guys, I'm sorry for the miscommunication on you know. We literally had 2 minutes. He just pulled up. They just closed. And that's going to be it for today, I guess. We will be challenging this once again. I think the court, I'm going to go back real quick because
I have a good idea.
They're going to be all leaving, dude.
I have a good idea.
And they're not going to like it very much when they leave. That's all their vehicles, I'm assuming.
You know, you know me. Take the head right off of the snake. That's what I say.
Hey guys, if you want to go check out my girl's channel, it's over at Press's Lady. She's in the chat right
Will
now.
return. Written request form is available at the New Hampshire, and you're already on the New Hampshire State Court, so they added that, it looks like, recently, I think.
I think that's their vehicles.
Probably. Tenant parking.